Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, Light Language Monday, and it's been a really great week for me, my first week off of the school year, and it was very productive. I enjoyed myself. I had a great time. Did some things I needed to do. And today is Monday again, and I'm getting ready to go out and have lunch with some friends, and it's going to be a great day. Um, uh, I wanted to talk about a couple of things this week. The first thing I want to mention is how men are programmed in our society. A friend of mine just got engaged, and I'm convinced that he doesn't really want to be engaged. I am convinced that he doesn't love himself enough to have a successful second marriage, and that's a problem. Men tend to do this, and I think my ex-husband did this also. You kind of get yourself in a situation, and the next logical step is marriage. What do I mean by situation? Well, you're in a situation. You've created a relationship. That relationship really can't go anywhere else except where society thinks it should go. And we are products of our society. And unless we free our thinking to reflect our own true beliefs and our own true desires, unless we know ourselves enough to make a clear choice from the point of view of love, and not just love for the other person, but love for ourselves. Do I really want to legally bind myself with somebody that I really, I don't feel like I want to be a part of it anymore? And men do that all the time. They do it constantly, all the time. And it's so, so unfortunate, and it's so sad for them. I mean, there's the party, there's the joy, there's the happiness. Oh, we're getting married, yay, let's make a party. And you buy a dress, and you make you make all the arrangements, and you get caught up in this whirlwind of what should be, that in your soul you don't stop and say, wait a minute, do I really want to do this? We're so worried about disappointing everyone and disappointing our families and our expectations. But I'm 28, I'm 30, I should be married, I should be having kids. Well, this is the next step. I have to do it, I guess. That's because our society, our religions have put this pressure, and it doesn't even just need to be on marriage. How many people have gone and gotten degrees and invested tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars in an education, and they walk out with that piece of paper and they're like, I fucking hate this. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be an XYZ. That's because there's no internal examination going on. There's nothing going on the inside that is saying, wait a minute, this unsettling feeling that I feel, okay? Everybody saw Jerry Maguire, right? Okay, Jerry Maguire, that first part of the marriage, when he did it just because he was operating out of fear, that was a real energetic life lesson right there. And I think it just got glossed over because, it's a movie and they're just so damn cute and you want them to succeed. But the bottom line is that Jerry behaved out of expectation. And when he finally behaved out of true self-knowledge, when he wrote that manifesto to truly express what, his whole world fell apart. Okay, because we envelop ourselves in this society that says, no, you must play the game. You must play by the rules. You must do what you're expected to do to make the money, to make the big bucks, to have the big house, to drive the cool car. That's what our society, that's what our familial expectations put us up to. And I was trapped to that. I mean, God bless my parents. I love them dearly. My parents didn't have any sort of education. My mom, I think, went up to, I guess, what you would consider 5th or 6th grade, and my father even less. But they were successful because they did what their nature led them to do. My mother was a seamstress, an amazing artist with clothing, a sewing machine, and scissors, and she would make things instinctively for people, and was tops of her craft. And my father was a natural engineer. He could figure things out, and that's what he was and what he made his living as. And that's a whole other story in terms of generations and what expectations were and all that kind of thing. But I guess the bottom line is we can no longer, and by we I mean the human collective and the pressures that we, the individual soul, we can no longer do what we've been programmed to do. By our religions, by our family, by our society expectations, this is always what I was expected. I personally was always expected, okay, yeah, you can go to school, just go to school, that's fine, but we want grandkids, get married, let's get married and have grandkids. You're 20, you're 21, it's about time. I mean, I found that, I got that, I did that, and in many ways it was everything. It was my everything. And I married a handsome man, which I personally never thought that I would ever run into somebody as handsome and as dynamic and sexy and wonderful as the man that I met. I always thought that I'd get married to an older man and just kind of be a kept wife. An old Maltese man that my parents found for me. I don't know. That's what I always thought as a kid. And I never had, I had one serious boyfriend when I was a teenager. And that was just, that was just teenage love. It was what it had to be. And then, a lot of my marital strife happened because those inbred expectations that my religion, my family, my culture, my society imposed upon my family, my marriage, God bless him, my ex-husband was like, I really don't want this. But that's a complicated story, and I don't want to get into that too much. But eventually, it caused both of us extraordinary mental and physical and emotional strain. And finally, we just had to give up. It was done, and it wasn't because of love. It wasn't because of love. It was because we had just gone too far apart. So I wish him all the best of love and luck in his new relationship and family. But anyway, so if it wasn't for all that turmoil, I wouldn't have been able to learn the lessons that I've learned into where now it's time to dwell within me and dwell not with what society wants for me, or what my church friends want, or what my mother wants, or what I'm supposed to be. It's what I am. And what I am striving to be a being that does not judge. I'm striving to be a being that only emits love. And I'm striving so hard to be a being that does the will of God. And I'm striving to be a being that spreads love throughout the universe. So here I am on Light Language Monday, and I wish to leave you with a little bit of this light language from my soul. Before that happens, I learned more about light language from other people who channeled explanations pretty much for me. I mean, it was public, but I knew it was meant for me because I'm embarking on this whole Light Language Monday situation. And light language, it can be star language, it can come from other soul collectives, but my particular light language, which I found out is called scatting because it's just, I go, a mile a minute. It is my soul language. It is a part of me. It is tapping into my higher self, and I, myself, am coming through. But along with that, I might sing a little bit, I might hum a little bit, I might give a blessing. You, as the viewer of this video, are going to receive blessings from that. You are going to receive what we call upgrades to your soul consciousness. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in this incarnation. We are alive on this earth, 2018. Is it July 1st already? I guess it is July 1st. Or 2nd, I don't know what the hell day it is because I don't even care. Just it's Monday. Sorry. We're here because we chose to be here. Our souls wanted to be alive in this great time. Because while it is a time of great outward turmoil, inside, we're waking up. It's a great awakening. So I'm going to try and tap into my light language. I hope I sing for you. I sang this weekend and it was very enjoyable. I actually sang at church for a quinceañera because my friend Gail needed somebody who spoke Spanish, so I went and sang for them, which I love to do, and sing Schubert's Ave Maria, at least one verse of it, and it was just lovely, and I sang it better, I think, than I've ever sung it before in my life, so I hope some sound comes through for this. So, all right, let me begin. Straighten myself up, and by the way, thank you for watching, and I love you all very, very much. Thanks for this. Take care. bless you all.